This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in historical Cripple Creek, Colorado. I am here at the Imperial Hotel. Since the early 1900s, this location has been hosting visitors to and from here in Cripple Creek, coming in by train from Canyon City to Colorado Springs. Folks coming here to this great mountain town. Quite honestly, this property has changed hands many times throughout the years, be it the Longs or the Mackins. We are now here with the current owners. Gary, Winnie, thanks so much for joining us here today. Let's start off a little bit about yourselves. Really, back in the early 1990s, you found yourself here in Cripple Creek. Why was it you decided to travel from the west to the little more Midwest here of Colorado?
We were looking to retire.
This is your idea of retirement.
Well, we had a plan. In 1991, we bought some property out here and began our plan to retire in the Rocky Mountains. We actually sold our business in 2004 and moved here permanently.
In 2004, you were made a proposition of a high school that needed some renovation. You rose to the challenge. Why was that important, something for you to do out here, your first venture?
Well, we were builders in California, and we built a large retirement community. We learned from our buyers that if they didn't have something to do, they got grumpy and died. So we wanted to skip the getting grumpy part.
In 2006, we opened the doors to the Carr Manor, which is rightly named. Actually, your residence was owned by the Carr family, I understand. Is that correct?
Well, a residence that is not a part of that one, yes. We did have a home there, which we've sold since.
That's pretty interesting. I think that's interesting. 2011, you decided to restore the Imperial. Why did that come up on the radar, and why is it something you decided to indulge in?
Oh, gosh. A decision, if we were making it today, might not be the same. We are real estate folks. This property became available as a bank foreclosure property, and we did not want to see it be a vacant property in Cripple Creek, and we thought we would invest our talents into it.
That is wonderful. Before we talk about all the different treasures we find here on the property, let's start off first of all with the hotel. We're talking about complete accommodations for folks that come in here, want to spend a night or a complete week here. How many rooms are you able to offer there?
We have 12 finished rooms here. We have 4 more to finish out when the building's done. When we bought the property, there was 22 rooms. 18 of them you had to go down the hall to a common bathroom. Now all of our rooms have been completely renovated with their own baths.
Speaking of completely renovated, quite honestly, the hotel itself is an antique, but you have renovated, brought it up to code, providing modern amenities that you would find pretty much at any hotel. I imagine that was quite an undertaking.
Yeah, it certainly was.
I can see that for sure. The hotel itself, be it all the rooms you've got, from the Collins room to the Mackin room to the Gambler, we're talking about each unique room wrapped in beautiful wood, touches of granite. Was it something that basically wanted to feel like a kind of a home environment, because it's got a very warm home atmosphere to it?
Well, that was our style down at Carr Manor, and we successfully implemented it there. We felt like that keeping this building as much intact with all of the original things that we could, and then embellish all the nuances of modern society, if you will, would be a good idea.
Absolutely. I enjoyed my night here just last night. We picked a great weekend to come on down. Obviously, one of the amenities here is a complete restaurant on site. We're talking about the Midland Depot. You're able to serve over 70 people right in there. Is this a family-friendly environment? And tell me a little bit about the menu.
It is a family-friendly environment, and that was the design. We are in a gambling town. Cripple Creek is main venue here is gambling, and the restaurants don't accommodate families. Yep. So we saw that as a need and filled that need with an Italian restaurant that caters to families.
I notice entrees from a classic pasta all the way to a carefully selected and prepared steak, which I enjoyed last night. You're bound to find something for almost anybody there on the menu.
I think so too. Yep, that was the idea.
And I also noticed you've got a taste of wines up there on the wall. Is that something? I noticed you've got liquor coming through and from for folks that are over 21, and so. Not only it's a great place for families, but if you want to get away with kind of a honeymoon getaway, this is a nice place to go.
And that's the design there as well. Yes.
Wonderful. One of the things that I notice here is on the walls here, you've got some show posters to shows that have taken place throughout the years. You shared with me earlier that these are a culmination of people donating, you going out and seeking these. Quite a few shows took place in the basement. Tell me a little bit about that.
For over 50 years, the Mackin family put on the melodrama in Cripple Creek. We have show posters from every year, original show posters from every year except for 3, and they embellish the walls in the restaurant.
We're talking about a place here that can accommodate quite a few. I mean, if you've got a party of 20 plus people, we're sitting here in the Carlton Room. Great place for a banquet as well. Are you able to rent out this area if somebody would like that?
Yes, we are. The Carlton Room is our banquet room.
Wonderful. Downstairs, as we talk a little bit more, in 1946, the family decided to start entertaining folks here. I understand that over 1 million people have gone through down there and actually been entertained. Some great stars have hit the stage, and I understand there's even notables that are in the audience, marked by a hat on the ceiling. Share with me a little bit about that.
Over 300 hats embellish the walls down there, and to earn a hat, my recollection is that they had to have been in a show for about 6 months. Notables such as Walt Disney, who came here 3 years in a row, are also on the walls.
That is very neat. A great building like this wouldn't be complete without the feeling of some type of saloon. We've got the Red Rooster. I noticed pretty hopping at night. Share with me some of the most recent history that you found out about the Red Rooster.
We were so fortunate a week ago to go over to Twin Lakes, Colorado, where we had been told that the bar originated and verified that as a fact at the Red Rooster Tavern, which was constructed in the early 1880s, and the bar constructed as well. We had been told that the building had been torn down. When we got there and was looking for the plaque where the building was supposed to have been, we found out that the Red Rooster Tavern is still there as the visitor center.
That is amazing history. Obviously, this is a place that you take over from other hands that have, throughout the years, like I was telling Winnie earlier, it's almost like a treasure hunt as you're looking for these facts and everything to bring it all together. I noticed there's some plaques on the chairs out there as well as plaques on the walls. What are those folks as far as contributing here?
As I recall that story, you had to have been here for 5 years, had to be working either in the theater or here in the restaurant for 5 years to earn a plaque.
Interesting. So these are people that actually have worked here. You yourself are staffing pretty much 30 people here to keep this all going. This is a great service to the folks of Cripple Creek. Has it been an enjoyable process for you? Enjoyable and challenging at the same time.
Well, the answer is yes. I mean, it's been fulfilling for certain. We got to do things that we've done in the past as builders, to invest our talents in fixing the buildings up. Many challenges come along with doing that job.
Wonderful. We picked a great week to come out here and celebrate Colorado's birthday. Tell me about the talent that you had last night hit the stage.
Chuck Pyle.
Yeah.
And what a great show he put on. And we had a nice audience. And we have theater almost every weekend booked and throughout the summer months.
We're talking a venue down there, complete with a bar, and you've got the backdrop that's hand painted from earlier years. It's kind of a getaway that I really didn't expect. Are people pretty surprised when they get down there?
They are. Of course, we have a lot of people that have come back year after year. 175 is what we can have now. 280 is what they had before. When we bought the building, it was condemned. The fire marshal told me we would never have theater here again. And I asked him what never meant.
That is amazing, because now you are now using every inch of this property. I mean, quite honestly, you even host the American Legion upstairs. Great. It's almost like walking in a museum up there. You've got some artifacts of some local heroes. Is that something that was important for you?
It was.
I imagine so. As we go to the front of the building there, we now house the Emporium, which has some great local artists. Have people been happy to see some of the works of local artisans?
It's met with great reviews. We've only been open for about 4 months. And local being, we have artists from Arizona and Colorado, original artwork. We have a lot of limited edition artwork as well, and antiques. We have a large venue of early Cripple Creek type mining antiques, which is pretty fun.
That is interesting. Quite honestly, the business becomes an extension of your own family. I mean, this really is like your family here. Kids love the place, obviously. You've even got an old-fashioned ice cream shop up in the front, which is Bobby B's. Share with me how that name got started.
It goes back to my grandmother, who originally came from Colorado, and she was named Bobby, and my great-grandfather, her father, was the sheriff of El Paso County at that time.
That is very exciting. I mean, you've got some pieces down there that really take you back historically. Yet at the same time, we're talking about modern amenities, modern dryers, ice cream. Get a great cup of coffee as well. This is a place that almost any age can come to. When you look back, you started this back in the early '90s. Is this what you envisioned for your retirement?
No.
I didn't think so.
But it's worked out fine.
It has worked out fine. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. First of all, on the website, you're going to learn more about this historical location. This has quite honestly been revived. Place the Imperial was been around for many, many years. Back in the 1900s, back in the day, they have records of folks being trained in from Colorado Springs as well as Canyon City. They have records of over 1,700 visitors right here to this area, and that has not changed today as well. Their contact information is right there. Just as easy online, you can book your room, your reservation. Come out and check out this beautiful hotel, complete with modern day amenities. Make sure and check out the Midland Depot, where you're going to enjoy some great food, be it pasta or steaks. Also, make sure and make your way downstairs to the venue. Once again, that is the Imperial Hotel, located here in Cripple Creek, Colorado. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.